out today's video sponsor, the Jersey Plug Waterford. Ever wanted to buy cheap yet high-quality jerseys or sets, but don't want to spend high amounts of money? Then look no further than the Jersey Plug Waterford. Here are some of the items they sell.
Stephen, a couple of weeks since your last League of Ireland game, I know you did a Leinster Senior Cup game during the week. Is there always a kind of a doubt or a question as to whether or not lads have lost a bit of something when there's that big a gap to a game?
Yeah, I mean, they've had an intense period of games, 6 European games, obviously 6 good performances. Since we lost in Waterford 1-0, which we played okay in that game, but subsequently the last 10 games then since that, we've taken 10 from 12 in the league, and the 6 European games have been good performances, very good. So we feel we're getting better. Waterford had a good win themselves last week, so it's the makings of a very good game tonight.
I'm just looking at your team, there's an awful lot of pace and craft in there, isn't there?
Well, that's only one aspect of the game, one characteristic in the game, but yeah, we have a lot of speed, and that's important. And you know, it's not the attribute itself isn't enough. It's how you utilise it. So we have to maximise the talent of the players.
What kind of match are you expecting against Waterford?
I think Waterford, flexibility they have in the good players, playing 3-4-1-2 last week, and looked like they're set up that way again. So they've got 2 strikers who are a handful, and Rangers in wide position. So from our point of view, we've got to continue to play in the vein that we have been playing in, and start the game well, and certainly play with the level of confidence that they have been playing with.
So big is the interest in this game from Pat supporters. They've had to open the shed end. That's a great sign, isn't it, that the fans are behind you? Yeah, no, we've had great support here, and we're very appreciative about that. Never take it for granted, and hopefully we can do it justice. Cheers, Stephen. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Matt, a good win last week. You want to keep the kind of run going?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, we want to use it as a platform to build into the last 6 games of the season, starting tonight. So yeah, it's everything that we've talked about in training this week, and something that we'll be looking forward to.
And just one change, Sargent replacing Jones. That suggests that you were happy with what you saw last week. Yeah,
really happy with what we told us to try and repeat it, and non-negotiable stuff that we need to repeat, and obviously hopefully that translates into a performance. Sarge just comes in when we welcome back him after Lou's done really well for us, and hopefully it'll carry it on.
This is the 4th meeting between the teams this season. Waterford have won twice at the RSC. I think it was a draw here if memory serves. But it's a different St. Pat's to the one that you faced 3 times previously.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, the last time we played him, the window had just finished, I think, or was just in process of finishing. So they've built a really, really good squad here. Really good results of late. Amazing management team, ex-Ireland manager. So yeah, it's something we're really wary of. Going to pay massive respect to them. But obviously, it's our job to try and get 3 points and go down the road.
And you'd be confident of doing that?
Yeah. Always confident in the group we've got, always confident in the week we've put together in terms of training. Last 3 weeks of training have been absolutely outstanding. doesn't always translate into performances, but we're hoping that that performance is a continuation of last week and the training week we've just had.
Best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
Stephen, a 3-0 victory against Waterford. What are your thoughts on the performance?
Yeah, it was really open game. It was a brilliant game of football. Waterford played a big part in it. In a really entertaining game tonight, excellent game of football. Obviously, it was very open, and we had some chances early on, but we couldn't quite take them. But we took two before half time, and So we're delighted to win 3-0. And Waterford were tough opponents, and Joe and Ang had to play well in goal for us to keep a clean sheet.
How pleased were you that you were able to soak up a bit of pressure, and then when the opportunities came, you took them?
Yeah, there was an element of that, but also we had a lot of pressure ourselves, particularly early on. Brandon Kavanagh hit the bar, and then he had the shot that was saved. The Waterford goalkeeper played very well early on, and Sargent, he did very well. And but then we needed, they had a lot of good efforts towards the end of the first half.
Yeah.
So we were under a bit of pressure in that period, and thankfully we got the second goal and the third, and that was enough.
And you have momentum now. You've kept the momentum going.
Yeah, we've been playing very well of late and scoring a lot of goals in the team now. That was a problem. That was a big problem. So we've the ability to score goals from different areas now, and you need that. If you have that, it gives you a chance.
And the last question is the most important. Will it be one giant cake for Mason and Brandon, whose birthdays are this weekend, or will you give them a cake each? Or do you allow players cake at this time of the season? A lot of calories in that.
Brandon 24, Mason 17.
Yeah, who's it said let them eat cake? But I think no, I think it was a different context, obviously. But no, listen, Mason's incredible, really. Just turning 17. So, phenomenal goal again today. Brandon having a really good spell, and they can enjoy the weekend.
Thanks, Stephen.
Thank you.
Matt, a 3-0 defeat here at St. Pat's. What's your thoughts on the performance?
Yeah, obviously disappointed. 3-0 on paper doesn't look great, but there's a lot to be pleased about in that performance. I think the people that were here watching, the fans, obviously for us, were fantastic all night, but I think them going away from that is obviously a 3-0 disappointment. But there were some really good bits there. They've had to change 2 or 3 different things. They've had to change shape to stop us. But football is ultimately about moments. We've been sloppy in 3 moments. And again, if you look at stats, you look at everything, you feel of the game. I thought we were in it massively, but 3 moments ultimately hurt us in the end. And it looks on paper like it's a bigger loss than it should have been, in my opinion. I think we were right in that.
It says an awful lot about you and how you approach things, that you haven't kind of immediately jumped to a penalty that you could have had, like many managers and assistant coaches might. We will talk about that. Do you feel that you should have had a penalty?
It's again one of them things. We're not really ones to get involved with the refs, and obviously they have an influence on the game. But again, we could have, yeah. But we've also had large spells of the ball, large spells of them camped in their half. I don't think many teams come here and do that. One thing I can guarantee is that obviously they're a very, very good team, and I guarantee they were in their changing room going, "How do we stop this? How do we stop that?" And we were posing them a lot of problems that they had to solve. So listen. Could it have been a pen? Yeah, possibly. We would have taken it. But for us, there's a lot of bits to be pleased with.
And is that the positive to take, that actually, even though it's a 3-0 defeat, they were just moments, and if you can cut that stuff out, then you've got a chance of reaching that top 3, top 4, which I know is the aim.
Yeah, a huge emphasis for us. The manager's just said in the changing room about we've not had a clean sheet since St. Pat's away, and obviously we don't tell the lads not to keep clean sheets or work on it. We work on it all the time. We have to become more defensively responsible, and that's not just the defenders, that's from all the way from the strikers, out of possession. But yeah, moments do kill us. We have killed us tonight. Moments, we're talking moments here. And I can't tell you, this is not fluff, this is not nonsense that I'm talking, this is genuine. We played well there tonight. We played really well there tonight. Listen, moments of ultimately people that have just see a score sheet and say 3-0. Yeah, it looks a doing, but it's not. We've had some really good moments, really good spells of possession. Like I said, we've made St. Pat's, who were a fantastic team, change shape, change to a different plan B. You hear them screaming from the bench. We've made a really good management staff, a really good team. Yeah. Flipping, posed them so many questions. So it's not fluff, it's genuine that we've actually played really well tonight.
Hard luck tonight, Matt.
Yeah, thank you.